That happened on Sunday, November 6th. We got 4 games. Let's jump into it. The first game is the Cavaliers going 8-1, beat the Lakers. They were up a little bit the Lakers were up a little bit in the first half, and then the Cavaliers just took over. Donovan Mitchell is so good. Remains to be a sell high. I just don't think. Oh man, he is the eighth ranked player. He's shooting 49% from the field. If we know Donovan, in his Utah Jazz days, we know that's probably not sustainable. You could make an argument that because he's on the new team, their offensive system is better. Making him more efficient, but he's not going to average 31 points. Also 1.5 steals and point 0.8 blocks. Yeah, he's just really going off. If you can get any top 10 player that's currently outside, like if you can get Giannis, I would do it. If you can get Tyrese Halliburton, if you can get Fred VanVleet, if you can get Paul George, I would as well. But again, this may not be this is not a small sample size. It's been 10 games, so maybe he could be a top 25 player this year. Who knows? But everything is going well for him. 59% from the field. It was against the Lakers, though. The Lakers' defense is a little bit suspect sometimes. 92 from the free throw line, and most importantly this year, 1.85 steals is huge. He could maintain that. He did that last year, but the defensive side is gonna swing his value by a lot. Evan Mobley, yeah, that's the problem. Darius Garland played 30 minutes, also played okay, had 5 turnovers, 24 points, and 7 assists with 3 threes. No defensive stats. But Evan Mobley just not getting a lot of shots, with everybody. And then you have Kevin Love come off the bench. I don't know if they stack Evan Mobley and Kevin Love at all. Pretty high usage whenever he's on the court. So, but the 2 steals and a block is good. So I don't really expect Evan Mobley to have huge scoring numbers. It's gonna be about his block numbers, his other stuff, and whether or not he's hitting his free throws. His rankings is probably pretty bad. Yeah, he's he's a 70th ranked player, so not as bad as I thought he would. Averaging 1.8 blocks, honestly not bad. Like 14 points, 6.4 rebounds. I feel like that could go a little bit higher. I think he for sure does have top 50 upside. But given his rank, is not bad, to be honest. Evan Mobley, Karis LeVert, yeah, think about sell him high every time he goes off, or Donovan or Darius Garland miss a game, try to sell him. But Donovan has been a very big surprise this year. Really just averaging over 30 points, have great efficiency with Darius Garland around. I really thought he would maybe take a usage hit, but that's not the case. Not only he didn't take a usage hit, his efficiencies have improved massively. For the Lakers, so maybe it turns out to be a really good trade for the Cavaliers. They're 8-1 right now. They're probably still not getting people's respect, especially in the playoffs. But in a year or two, they get more experience under their belt. They could be scary for the Lakers. Yeah. Kendrick now, Lonnie Walker. They started. Well, Patrick Beverley is out this game, so Russell Westbrook is coming off the bench, had 7 turnovers, but 10 assists, 19 points. And efficiency-wise, he didn't play really well. Hit 3 60%. Hit his free throws, 2 steals and a block. But Lonnie Walker was pretty horrible. He played just 20 minutes, 5 personal fouls. I would hold on to him. Just, this game was just a really bad game. He had some foul trouble. Kendrick now 0 for 5, horrible. Coach just realized he sucks. Troy Brown Jr., hit 2 threes, a -8. Well, LeBron AD also had a mediocre game. LeBron went 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Yeah, LeBron is not gonna. This is the problem, right? Like last year, he was a top 10 player. This year, you're drafting high. He has not been good at all. LeBron is the 67th ranked player this year, and he's getting drafted in the second round. Yeah, his percentages is horrible. He will improve, so that makes him a buy low, but make sure what you throw at him. This year's LeBron is not going to be the LeBron last year. It won't be close. I think depend on a lot of things, but top 30 is probably where LeBron is gonna end up this year. He just doesn't watch a couple Laker games. He just doesn't look right so far yet. AD 5 for 9 from the free throw line is pretty bad. You know, 12 rebounds is nice. And AD, after this bad game, he still ranked pretty high. He's the 6th ranked player. I mean, for AD, I think on a per game basis, we're never really about AD. It's about his health. And so far, he only missed one game. So, if you're AD owner, you're happy with that. You'll take that every time. Let's go to the next game. The Bulls lost to the Raptors 104-113. The Raptors, they just winning games every single year in the regular season, at least. In the playoffs, it's different. DeMar DeRozan took just 9 field goals, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. A decent game from him. But, if everybody's healthy, DeRozan is just not going to go for 35 points every game. Patrick Williams, the minutes has been between 25 to 30, sometimes even more. He took 16 shots. Is that a good idea? 3 threes. He probably just opened a lot of the times. 2 blocks, 13 points, and 7 rebounds. Could be a streamer, Vucevic, wow. Another great game from him in terms of percentages. This is not bad. And I know I said he always struggles from the field, but the last 3-4 games, he's been unbelievable shooting the ball. 35 ranked player, probably that's where he is. So 16, he's not going to score too much. 16, 17 points sounds about right, but a big rebounder. And 0.3 steals, I think that could go up. He could be a 0.8, 0.9 steals, throughout his career. So I think that should be easy. And 0.8 blocks maybe have room to go up. 93% from the free throw line is a little bit high. But yeah, not bad. Probably he's where you drafted him. Alex Caruso went off. 1 for 11 is really bad, but had 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 blocks. Yeah, he could always be a streamer. I know Zach LaVine is out this game, but he could also always be a streamer for defensive stats, for steals. Ayo Downtown will play 30, and the minutes is just super high. But he was a minus 30 while Caruso was a plus 15. That tells the story. The difference between those two is 45 points. So I don't know what happened when these guys played. Like, Ayo Downtown was a minus 30 while the team worst. Is this even right? How can you have a minus 30? I don't know. Not sure. This might be wrong. NBA run stats by the NBA.com. But yeah, we want to hold on to him because the minutes is just too high. And we look at the Raptors. Wow, OG Anunoby, is he just gonna average 3 steals for the year? That is wild. He's averaging 3.1 steals right now. Had another 3 steals here in the block, 22 points. Yeah, 14 points. I mean, if you can get people that's do a 2-for-1, get Tyrese Halliburton, get Fred VanVleet, you should probably do it. But he's just start off the season looking really, really good. In terms of getting the defensive stats mainly. He's averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds. That's good. Decent efficiency, 48%. I don't even know if he can sustain that 48%. Maybe he will. And Scotty Barnes, huge minutes, 40. Yeah. 19 points and 10 rebounds, an okay game. And Christian Coluco, out of nowhere, blocked 6 shots, played 31 minutes, while Chris Boucher get just 22 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Why did they give Coluco so many minutes? And, they have Pascal Siakam out. So I wouldn't do anything with Coluco, even though this looked really played the 6 blocks. If you stream this guy, he might have just turned around your blocks on the last day. It's possible. Because, if you stream this guy, you're probably looking for blocks and rebounds, and he got you 6. Gary Trent is minus 25. No, this is definitely wrong. I think just on the it doesn't make sense. I have a minus 25. Maybe it is. I don't know. Because this one makes more sense because Precious Achiuwa has also played a minus 20. But Gary Trent's really, really bad. Don't drop him, but also a buy low. I think he is after this horrible game, 112th ranked player, but only still averaging 1.3 steals. So this is just a really bad game. Don't drop him. Fred VanVleet, 30 points, 11 assists, really good game. No defensive stats, that's a shame, but hit 5 threes and only 1 turnover. Another thing that's we overlook sometimes is Fred VanVleet's low turnover. He gets 6, 7 assists, but only gets you 2 turnovers for a pretty high usage guy. So that's good. That will help your team. Sometimes just win both turnovers, and if you got Chris Paul, right, those are the guys that can help you win both turnovers and assists a lot of the times. All right, let's go to the next game. The Wizards, Bradley Beal got COVID, or he was in COVID protocol, so either got COVID, so he might be out for a few more games. But at this point, we're no stranger for players getting COVID. Bradley Beal is one. Who else got COVID this year? I mean, some other players, but it's pretty low. Like, I think we've seen maybe less than 5 players since the season started. At least the main players. That's relevant, fantasy relevant. Danny Advia played 26 minutes. Yeah, he could be a good fantasy player, but the wing for the Washington Wizards, it's a revolving door. Everybody gets a shot. Kyle Kuzma, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Not the best game from him. Kristaps Porzingis, surprisingly, he hasn't missed a game this year. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. He played 10 games already. I don't think he missed a game. 31st round player. Right now, the block numbers is kind of low for him. 1.3 blocks. Once that goes up to 2, right, he'll be a top 20 player. I don't have a doubt. I think his block numbers going to go up. He had 3 blocks here. That's still really good. Just the 10 points, 3 for 13. But Porzingis can give you the blocks. That's what really matters. That's the majority of his value. Corey Kispert started, not really fantasy relevant. Monty Morris, without Bradley Beal, he had 1 assist. Who was facilitating? Will Barton and Jordan Goodwin this game had 5 each. Even with Bradley Beal out, Monty Morris is probably the only guy that I say, okay, if he's out on the waiver, I'm gonna grab him. But Will Barton, like just 24 minutes, it's unless they got a back-to-back, then maybe I'll think about it. For the Grizzlies, Dillon Brooks, 28%. Yeah, that's the problem with Dillon Brooks. But again, if you need points, threes, and some steals, and he gets you a little blocks, like the Conley stats is pretty solid. I think he gets hated a lot. I don't mind rostering him if I'm punting field goal, especially. So Santia Aldama, just the 26 minutes, yeah. He had a couple good games in the beginning of the season. I think you really missed your sell high window. Now you just got to hold, and when JJ comes back, he's gonna go back to a drop. Steven Adams, just the 22 minutes, had 10 rebounds and 4 points. Yeah. If you want rebounds, sure, it could be a rebound streamer. And Desmond Bain went off 28 points for threes. Desmond Bain remains to be a sell high. I think he is he's averaging 25 points right now. 22nd ranked player. I think when JJ comes back, he's gonna lose maybe a few shots. But he's making 4.1 threes right now. That's at 25 points and shooting 88%. So those are the 3 main categories. I think the defensive stats could go up a little bit. He's also averaging 5 rebounds and 4.6 assists, which is not bad. He's just improving every year. I thought he's just a 3-point stream, 3 points, like a Buddy Hield. But he's bringing many other things than Buddy Hield. And he's averaging 25 points. That's like, I don't know, top 15 in the NBA. That's great. I don't think he's going to maintain that, though. 24.6 points per game. We'll see. But if you cannot get a top 20 player, just don't even bother. Just hold on to him. He could be a top 40, top 30 player this year. Ja Morant really struggled. 23 points. Still had brute force his way to 23 points, and 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. 1-3. The percentage is really, really bad. He'll be better than this. And for him, another big thing is just stay healthy. Because with his playing style, he gets injured every single season. And when he does come back, it's not the same. Just not, yeah. All right, let's go to the Jazz. I thought they're tanking. They're not tanking. They're winning games. They're winning a lot of games. And how are they doing that? Mainly behind Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen is their best player. This game, just 9 field goals, but 7 for 7 from the field. Lauri Markkanen is insane. I want to say sell high, but I mean, really, he could really maintain the production he's doing now. He's the 16th ranked player. Okay, 16 is a little bit too high. If I can get a Paul George for him, if I can get a Giannis, 100% would do it. 21.8, like he could average 20 points, no problem. 9 rebounds, no problem. 52% from the field is the one area that I'm a little bit suspect about. But everything else is like, in terms of counting stats, I think he could maintain at this level. Maybe 1 or 2 points lower, but I don't see why not. He could be that guy. 20 and 9, 20 and 10 on this team. He's the best player. Kelly Olynyk took just 4 shots, but obviously still a must roster. But guys like Kelly Olynyk, Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, what's going to happen with them on the trade deadline? Because I think they're all quote-unquote veterans. But looks like they're trying to win, so that's really good for all these guys' fantasy values. Maybe they're just going to stick together and maybe make a run. Who knows? They may get further when Donovan and go. Because last year, what was it? Like a first-round exit? Yeah. Who knows? They might win a playoff series. If they're the first seed, right, don't be surprised. First or second or third, they play some other team. They might just, after they blow everything off, trade their 2 best players and they go further into the playoffs. That would be kind of funny. Mike Conley, 17. Mike Conley is a guy that if he plays well, I really, really look to try to sell him. Really, really looks. And he also gets injured a lot as well. Malik Beasley, 2 threes, 10 points. Yeah. If who's out this game, that Malik Beasley became the starter. Colin Sexton got 27 minutes as well. But at the moment, his minutes has been trending up a little bit. But if he's not getting consistent 30 minutes, I don't know if Colin Sexton we really wanted to. He could be a streamer, but next game he could be just play 20 minutes. Malik Beasley at this stage is also just a streamer. And then we look at the Clippers. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, what is going on with him? He is not. I mean, he suffered a setback. Maybe he'll be back in a few games. We have no idea. And I'll be happy to throw some offers at Kawhi Leonard. If you can get like the top 80, top 90 player, get Kawhi, I think it's worth the risk. Marcus Morris, great, 18 points, but he was a minus 19. Meanwhile, most of the starters was pretty much even. I guess he was a problem. Went 1 for 7 from the 3. I think with Kawhi Leonard out, he's trying to sell high. He's going to have a higher usage. We could roster him always because he give you a lot of threes and some rebounds, but he's a guy that would look to sell. He might go off for 30 points next game. Paul George, 34 points. Yeah, with Kawhi Leonard out, for sure, he's gonna eat for a few more games. He took 14 threes. That's a lot of threes. Five threes. Hit 5. Really, really good. Zubac continue his dominant year. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals in the block. Yeah, a must roster. I think we all know at this point. Terrence Mann, 30 minutes, not really interested. Reggie Jackson, 20 minutes, didn't do anything while John Wall played 28. Had a decent game, but 0 for 4 from the free throw line, really. 12 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Yeah, I don't think I'm a bit. Not, I would always try to sell John Wall if I can. I don't think we need to roster him, really. They just split in the minutes. Reggie Jackson played pretty horrible. But John Wall was a minus 11, even though he put up. And Norman Powell is also a drop. Even without Kawhi Leonard, he's not, and Robert Covington too. All these guys, right? Norman Powell on the Raptors, he could be a top 60 player. Robert Covington, I think, even with his age, if he's on a team play 30 plus minutes, he's a must roster. He could be a top 30 player. Can get you 2 steals and 1.5 blocks. So yeah, a lot of guys on Clippers can be a really fantasy beasts, but there's too many wing guys on this team. That's it for all the games, guys. I'll see you next time.